Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video I thought I'd take a look at the August revenue numbers for mobile gaming. I'm a little bit behind on this as it's been available for a couple days as it comes out on the first of the month, but I definitely had to cover it when I actually seen where Umamusume is on it. So I like to take a look at all the games I play or have played in the past to kind of see how they're performing, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. The first thing I noticed is Umamusume is number 4, moving up from number 5 of the past month, above Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, which used to be like guaranteed like the top 2 for a little bit. We have Pokemon Trading Card Game and Love and Deep Space that have been trending very high recently. And then Fate and Grand Order, I think, had like a big anniversary or something. I don't know. Never played the top 3 here, but I am liking what I'm seeing with Umamusume, and I think they're going to be able to continue to pull that kind of revenue. Now, last month, I know because this is the combined of all of them, so you can kind of see here. Japan, I think, has its anniversary right now, so big numbers picking up right there for them, of course. It does look like global fell a little bit here. It kind of makes sense because I believe the month prior we had Kitasan Black Banner, so that was the big one. Everybody, if you're going to spend on a card and you saved up pulls for that, that was the card to do it. So a lot of people spent for that. Last month was the Super Creek banner, which was more of a if you have anything left over after Kitasan Black, which I think most probably didn't. So it was more of a whaling one. Like myself, I spent money on that one. And so they probably made a good chunk of their money on the Super Creek banner, but there was less light spenders probably involved in that one, which I could see is why Globals has gone down. But the big thing I do know with Umamusume, kind of looking through it, almost every month is going to have something that you can kind of wail on. Now, we have Seiyun Sky coming out this month. We'll have Fantasy Grass Wonder, which will be another big pickup. Summer Maruzinski will be next month. The Fine Motion Intelligence card or Wit card will be coming out. That'll be a big one. That's a huge whale one if you want to MLB that one. And then we have the Riku card, which for the next scenario. That's like, bam, bam. They're just constantly coming. And so, like, big whales are always going to be spending on this game, probably. And so I expected it to probably drop off a little bit, but I think they'll be able to maintain a fairly good revenue throughout. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. And it's just crazy to see it above Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. I haven't kept up with Honkai Star Rail, to know. I'm guessing they had a really big unit at 92 million the previous month, and now it's just kind of a filler patch month. So they'll probably go right back up once they have another big unit. Probably the same thing with Genshin Impact. Have no clue, though, what's going on in those games anymore. Although Zenless Zone Zero keeps dipping down. I mean, it's a Hoyoverse game. It's still doing well compared to gacha games just in general. Definitely one of their worst performing ones. Nikkei falling off a little bit. I mean, this is typically where they've been. I think, if I remember Nikkei, was it the previous month? Was it the summer? I believe it was the summer one. So that was, there was a double. You had your first Pilgrim Summer unit at a 1% rate. So a lot of people probably spent for that, plus the reruns of Summers. So it makes sense it's kind of falling off now. Because last month, I skipped, like, any unit that goes into the standard banner in Nikkei, I skip, because you can just use their, not the selector, but whatever the choice selector, that when you're playing on the standard banner, you are guaranteed to get one of the units that you have picked on your list. And so I think all last month was those units. So that would make sense for Nikkei's falling down. Still a respectable amount of money, and they're about to have more big banners, so I expect they'll just shoot right back up with the Resident Evil. I believe it's Resident Evil collab that's coming out. We'll have to see what they do with that. That'll be kind of crazy. Wuthering Waves kind of dipping down a little bit, but nothing. That's kind of where I think they've been around. They're doing pretty good. Nothing crazy, but I don't think they've had any big units lately either. But still a good amount there. Now, where is... Now, Girls Frontline's going to be down on the lower end. Here they are. So they've dipped down from 5.6 to 3.2 million. I'm trying to think. They had AK-15, didn't they? I think last month had AK-15, but we had the whole skin gacha stuff, and a lot of people wanting to boycott it. I mean, that's a good dip. And, I mean, that was a bit, like, that gacha, it's kind of showing it did not increase like you would think with the skin gacha, with how expensive it was. People would spend a lot to get it. And it looks like people rejected it to a certain extent. I'm going to guess most of the revenues from AK-15 dupes over the skin gacha. I don't know. Only they know. Only Mika knows the numbers on what's doing well. Hopefully people didn't spend on it, because if you vote with your wallet, it'll make them change how they implement things. So overall, still good revenue. Have no fear of anything like Girls Frontline going away anytime soon. I haven't been covering as heavily right now, but that's because I'm just doing a lot of Umamusume, but I'm still covering the units as they get announced, as they come out, kind of going over their kits and that. But there's really not much else to cover other than that, except when I stream the polls. Still doing quite good, though. Now, Lost Sword. That's the other game. I have not, like, I'm on the, like, Lost Sword's great, but there's really nothing to cover on it. That's the one problem I'm having with idle games is there's really not much to cover except new unit comes out, which I kind of forgot about the last one, not being too crazy of a unit anyway in the first place. I need to be, I haven't really been on top of the news for it, but I have not quit it. For anyone that thinks I have not quit it. I've been keeping up with it. It's an idle game that you just log in, just quickly do your skips on everything, and that's pretty much it until you're ready to make a big push past a boss, which I'm stuck currently on the 38, level 3820 boss, which I can tell is going to still take probably a week or two before I'm strong enough, because I'm doing it very relaxed now. But we can see here, not much of a dip down from 1.4 to 1.3. Still a good amount of money for an idle game. So the big one that went down is, okay, so this is the iOS that's down. Looks to be about break even on Android. But, I mean, for an idle game, that's probably very easy for them to maintain. This is a good, respectable amount of money for it. So I don't see it going away anytime soon. It is, I could see myself, it's like one of the games that's kind of on my list of, hey, when the next big game comes out, I may have to quit. I mean, because it's already kind of hard to cover or just keep up with 4 games. I mean, that's why I kind of dropped the ball on the last unit that came out, because I was focused on Girls Frontline 2, Umamusume, which is, Umamusume has a new unit, new support card every single week with their acceleration. And so I'm constantly covering that one since that's like my core main game now, as well as Girls Frontline 2, which is my other big game. So it's just very hard to kind of fit it in there. But I have not quit, and I will continue to cover it, and I do like what I'm seeing there. And that's pretty much everything. And we have Sword of Convallaria here actually moving up from 770,000 to 1.1 million. It's the first game I've covered on my YouTube channel that kind of started me off, got me up to like the first 500 to 700 subscribers. I quit the game just because I just didn't have the time. It's a very maintenance heavy game, but looks to be still doing well. Really fun game. The only thing is just you can only play so many gacha games. But if you're into the like Final Fantasy Tactics or Tactics Ogres type game, it is a great game, and it looks like it's still doing quite well. Actually, the one I'm missing here, Etheria Restart. This one I quit pretty quickly. I played it for about a month and a half. Liked the game, but it was looks like they've dipped down. It looks like a lot of people have kind of quit it. But the biggest thing is while it's a good game, I feel like it's a you have to have it as like your main core gacha game. It's similar to Musume almost to me, because if you want to like dedicate and do well in Umamusume and constantly build good parents, using all your TP in that game is a lot of time. It's kind of the same thing with your restart. There's just so much to do, and it takes a lot of time if you want to min-max that game. And especially since it's PvP focused, you really want to. So I pretty much had to quit, especially after Umamusume came out. I really haven't kept up with it since then. But it looks like it's fallen off a little bit, but it's probably because it's past their honeymoon phase, but still respectable amount of money. We'll just have to kind of see how it goes forward. But when it comes to PvP, to me, you can't beat Umamusume's PvP at this point. So that's like my main PvP game at this point. We'll have to see if any other game that comes out with some form of PvP can even compete with how much I'm actually liking this one. The fact that I wailed out and got beat by someone that definitely looked like they had free-to-play characters or free-to-play Umas on the Taurus Cup in the finals kind of shows that while you can wail out to make the game easier, it is possible for free-to-plays if they put in the time building the characters to be competitive. So quite fun, and I'm going to continue. Like I had not been able to daily stream with any other game like I have with Umamusume. So really great, really good numbers, like what I'm seeing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to do a quick coverage of the numbers, and hopefully they can keep that up. But yeah, if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.